Hey everybody, I wanted to hop on here real quick and tell you about my experience. I recently was honored to do Dancing with Stars here in Charlotte, which is a charitable gala where pretty much you're responsible for raising a ton of money. And all proceeds in my case were split 50-50 between the Charlotte Ballet and my charity of choice. What I did not have going for me is I was not a corporate executive like my fellow competitors that had big companies, like big name banks you would think of, that could just write big checks. So I had to grassroots this from the down, from the bottom up, and really wished I had someone giving me some pointers. So I figured I'd hop on here in case this helps anybody. So the first thing is, who do you know? Open a notepad in your phone, and I'll really, literally, you're going to think of every single person you know or business you support. Your car dealer, the person who put gutters on your house, your roofer, your dentist, the window company. Just go through it. Your facial person, any single person that you have given money to throughout your lifetime, you're going to put on that list. Then you're going to reach out to them, however that might be, whether in person, email, text message. Some people I would just send a video on my phone and send it to them. Most people were super excited and either responded with that they were going to come and cheer me on, or they would definitely like to make a donation. Some companies you would know maybe would not be in a position to make a donation. And this is where I really got creative. I made a separate list on who maybe had a service I could use as a prize for a raffle or silent auction. And we'll get to that in a little bit. Next, I want you to think of any of your friends that own Airbnbs, and maybe they would offer 2-3 nights as as a prize as well that you can auction off. And then there's another company called Elite Travel Certificates that you can reach out to them, and they will send you certificates to 5-star resorts in the Caribbean that are also fabulous for silent auctions. Lastly, don't forget your local jewelry store, or maybe you purchase your wedding ring. They, like here in Charlotte, we have Diamonds Direct. They gave me a $900 diamond necklace that I was able to raffle off. So really think big, think outside the box, and think of literally every single person you know, and then you must reach out to them. Not last. Second is going to be marketing. You have to give it emotion. People want to know what their money is going to. So for my situation, I was raising money for the homeless. So $5 donation can buy lunch, $50 can provide a blanket, so forth and so on. I got really creative. I used pets and kids holding up little signs to open people's hearts and hoping they would maybe open their wallet to donate more. Next, I also created a separate page on Facebook for my journey, which is still there, Dancing with the Stars Journey, where I invited people to like and follow, where I could dump all my information. And then anytime I was posting anything or emailing anyone, I literally could send it there so they could watch my progress, well, in dance practice, or maybe more information about a prize or whatever it was I wanted to do. It was an easy way for me to do that without creating a website. Depending on your charity, KENDRA Scott is amazing. You can apply now, you fill out the form, and then they'll either offer you to do an in-store event where all donations raised, all jewelry purchased, they'll give 20% back to your charity. And then they'll give you, in my case, it was like a 48-hour online option where I was able to then promote that online. I was able to raise an additional $954 doing this, not to mention I beefed up my KENDRA Scott jewelry. So, hey, it was going to a good cause, right? So I highly recommend that. So let's talk about the online raffle and auction. So item 3, auction and raffle. In my case, I did the raffle because I found it easier, because my specific gala did not have an easy way to do a silent auction where I could put the sheets of paper up. I did find other videos on YouTube where people are using Google Forms to do an auction. And then there's tons of other websites that have online auctions, but they all have fees and things associated with it. And honestly, it was analysis paralysis, and I was getting a little overwhelmed, and I'm like, I'm nixing the auction. So what I ended up doing, as you'll see in my link below, which will take you to my website to show some examples of my stuff, you'll see I ended up just doing a raffle. And I'm a realtor here in Charlotte, so I divided the prizes up into Realtor prizes, just local Charlotte friend prizes, and people who live anywhere prizes. And what I did is 2 days before the event ended, I did like a 48-hour, anyone who donates, and it was like, if you donate $100 or more, you can get these prizes. And if you donate $200 or more, you can get these prizes. I had someone donate a lake house, and the Diamonds directed the jewelry. So that I thought was pretty awesome as a way to get people to maybe incentivize them. I made the mistake of kind of going down a rabbit hole and asking legal what rules were. Sometimes it's better to ask for forgiveness. So highly recommend not doing that. In my case, again, I was doing Dancing with the Stars, so it wasn't like I worked specifically for the charity. All the money I was raised was split 50-50 between the ballet and the Canopy Housing Foundation here in Charlotte. So that's what I did with my raffle. It honestly, I probably definitely overcomplicated it. So think about if it's even worth doing that, but it is what it is. So then I used something called Spinity, which you can Google, and I was able to take all the Excel sheets. The people who donated were given to me in an Excel sheet, and then I divided them up, and then it was pretty cool. You just kind of copy and paste the names, hit a button, and then it would choose who won the raffle. So it looked very fair and professional. No idea if anyone ever watched those videos, but that's what I did. Number 4 is get the free money. There's so much free money out there. If you Google corporate matches, it'll give you a list of all the companies that do corporate matches. And hopefully that'll get your brain thinking of who do you know at Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Ally Bank, General Mills, just to name a few. Think of those people and specifically reach out to those friends. Be like, hey, it would really mean so much if you consider donating to this cause. And if you go the extra step to make the donation, make sure you clarify what they need to choose in the drop-down box for their company, because I had one friend kind of mess that up. And then in my case, I said, send me the email showing me that you matched it, because then I had to send that to the ballet so they knew the match was coming. So it counted towards my donation points, because sometimes the matching is 24 hours to a month. Okay. And lastly, think bigger than big. You can look at the title sponsors of previous years and get some ideas as to who normally supports events like this. It is normally big banks, law firms, medical practices that donate in large sums of money. So you're super, super lucky if you know someone at those companies. If not, I'm sure you know somebody who knows somebody at those companies. And as they always say, it's all about who you know. So last but not least is most important with anything is just get personal. Sometimes when you blanket it on social media, people think they don't need you. And a simple direct message or text goes a long way. Do you have $10 or more to help me reach my goal? If everyone gave me $10, it would make a huge difference. So really, in my case, I was in last place because, like I said, in the beginning, I was against all these heavy hitters. I really wanted to beat the car dealership guy. So like, come on, guys, I can't lose to the car dealership guy. And so people made that was pretty funny. So at the end of the day, just remember, whatever it is you're doing it to make a huge difference, and just get organized, be specific, and people want to help you. But sometimes you just have to think outside the box, and hopefully you're good at social media and you're able to put it on, Instagram or TikTok and make funny videos out of it. But whatever it is you're doing, thank you, because people like you who are making a difference, the world needs more of those. And don't get discouraged. You will have some people who you would think would totally donate who don't donate at all. And then you have others who completely do, and you're shocked. So just go with the flow. So if you found this helpful, do me a favor, give it a thumb, like, give it a comment. Remember, this was live. So if I stumbled on my words, cut me some slack. All right. Thanks. Bye.